Pregnant, black, and hasn't been seen in 3 years.
Y'all always want to say it's not a race thing, but it is.
The family of Kierra Coles says that police have dropped the ball and she would have been found by now if she was a white woman. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Whenever Karen Phillips called her daughter, she always picked up the phone. So when one day, 26-year-old Kierra Coles did not answer the phone all day long, Karen's motherly instinct kicked in. Something wasn't right.
It's just not like my child not to talk to me every day. Even if she mad at me, she's still gonna say something, whether it was smart or not.
Karen did what most mothers do if they don't hear from their child.
I went on my lunch break and I had went to her house to see if she was there, and she wasn't there. So I'm like, okay, maybe she at work.
Kierra Coles, a postal worker on Chicago's South Side, was expecting her first child. Karen called Kierra's job and they told her she was off that day. Karen then called police and she naturally phoned Kierra's then boyfriend, Josh Simmons.
You know, he said he would do everything that he could to help.
She says that was the last time she heard from Josh Simmons. She says that he moved down south and hasn't made contact with the family since.
But once the police went to go question him and he wasn't to be found, then that's when I knew he had something to do with it. Because for you to be the person that we thought you was, why wouldn't you want Kierra found and she carrying your baby?
Then a shocking update about a week later. Surveillance video surfacing from a neighbor's home the same day Kierra went missing. It shows a woman in a postal service uniform passing the front door of Kierra's apartment. She then crosses the street and walks out of frame. But what the public didn't know at the time is that the family and Chicago police used this video as a decoy. The person in this video is not believed to be Kierra Coles. This even coming from the president of the letter carriers union, Mac Julian.
So you don't believe that this video circulating is Kierra at all, but it is somebody dressed in a postal service uniform?
Yeah, it's and more than likely a letter carrier, just a letter carrier who lived over there as well.
You know, in the beginning, I felt that it would help us if I kept it like that, because whoever had anything to do with her will feel like we on the wrong track.
A year went by, and as Kierra's missing persons case went cold, her family says so did police.
So then you guys came out and said, you know what? Forget the police. This is not my daughter. Why did you step up and say that?
Because like I said in the beginning, I thought it was helping us, but almost 3 years later, we still at the same spot. So no, you know, let all the truth be. I know that was not her. No, we know Josh was the last person who saw her.
So where is Joshua Simmons? He's never been charged, and he's only been questioned by police about Kierra's disappearance. We did try to track him down too on Facebook. It appears that he's using another name. We're still waiting to hear back from him. As for Karen Phillips, she says that he has children with other women, and she felt that he may not have wanted to be in a relationship with Kierra. We did reach out to Chicago police as well. In a statement, they wrote in part, quote, "The Coles case remains a high-risk missing person investigation with potential foul play suspected. We're seeking any and all information in an attempt to locate her, and we won't stop until we do."
We can all say the names Natalie Holloway, Lacey Peterson, Chandra Levy, Kaylee Anthony, Elizabeth Smart, but not one person can name a missing Black or brown, male or female, that has garnered mainstream media, not one.
That's why Derica Wilson started the Black and Missing Foundation over 10 years ago.
And when we started the organization in 2008, 30% of missing persons in the United States were persons of color, and that number has since increased to 40%. And so why not us?
That's a question that continues to loom in wake of the 2021 case of a missing New York woman named Gabby Petito. Millions of dollars in resources were pumped into the search for the 22-year-old who was eventually found dead. But why not Kierra?
The first 3-4 months, my daughter did get a lot of coverage, but it died down so fast, which I think if it had been more, my daughter would be found by now, you know, whether it was good or bad.
What we saw recently with Gabby speaks for itself. I hope we say it's the reason why they call it the Amber Alert and not the Shakita Alert. She's not just a letter carrier. She's a member of our union. She's our sister. And we're not going to let this go. We have not forgotten, and we're not going to let anyone else forget.
There are over 150 missing women in Cook County alone, which does cover the greater Chicago area, many of them women of color. In fact, the Cook County Sheriff just launching a special team to help investigate these cases, pump more resources into finding these women. As far as the disappearance of Kierra Coles, the reward for information leading to her discovery is now up to about $50,000. If you know anything about the disappearance of Kierra Coles, you're urged to call the FBI, Chicago Police, or the U.S. Postal Inspectors. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.